Welcome back everywhere to the last and deciding game of this best of 5. We have actually managed to get to the 5th game here. It's a little bit surprising, to be honest, to reach all 5 games in best of 5, but not to say it's not gonna be awesome, just because the teams have shown that, well, they're more than capable of taking games off each other, and even quite convincingly so in some of the games. But with this, we're here, TNC, going up against Execration to just fight forward in the playoffs. And of course the winner of this will go to face Click and Search, but even that is not going to be the grand final because Mineski is waiting there. But we're HeflaTV English coverage for you. I'm Couchor, once again going to be joined by Daneliecasts. And are you hyped about this game 5?
We should be hyped. If both these teams bring their A game, this should be a very fun and close game. Or if they just outdraft the other, we're just going to see another one-sided stomp again, which wouldn't really be fun for us or the viewers. So let's hope it's even, let's hope it's fun, let's hope it's action-packed, but I can't say it won't be action-packed. It's Pinoy Dota. They love to just YOLO at each other.
That's a really good way of putting it. It's definitely entertaining for the most part, to be honest, but if you're Execration or TNC now, are there some heroes that you would like to ban out just based on performance in previous games, for example?
I feel that TNC's only problem from Execration has been from the Undying / Leshrac combo. That's pretty much been their only issue. I don't think Execration really stood out with any other heroes that really put pressure onto TNC. Execration, on the other hand, as always, they have to ban out the Drow Ranger. I've seen TNC run a Drow. Like I said a couple of times before, they will pick the hero up first if you give them the opportunity. So they have to ban it out from them. A couple of other heroes I would actually like Execration to ban out from TNC would probably have to be... God, I have to take it. There's a lot of heroes. I could just spout out a ton of hero names and you'll just be like, why? And I'll just say it's TNC. It's their comfort heroes. Probably get rid of the Winter Wyvern actually, but they might pick it up soon. Maybe now.
Maybe so, man. Execration, of course, they probably will, I guess, maybe even pick up something like a gyrocopter. They've had success with it. I think both games Execration won, they had a gyrocopter in it. But for TNC, I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest if that Winter Wyvern came out. Although, I guess statistically they've won only 1 game out of 3 using that hero, but it is going to be the Gyro first pick for the Execration.
Yep, Gyro first pick. TNC, they're going to pick up their favourite combo. We saw this in Game 2, was it? I think it was Game 2, Earthshaker and Leshrac, or was it Game 4? I'm pretty sure it was Game 2. 2 or 3, I don't even remember, but I've seen TNC draft these heroes in the exact same order. So they're probably going to be feeling very comfortable just having these two together.
Yeah, probably so. I mean, it's a strong combination. Fissure into Split Earth by itself already does a lot of damage. And the beauty of like a Leshrac is that you can just run it in a core or a support role. But Execration, they do go for the Pugna. In the previous game or just before the previous game, chat was also talking about like, why was Leshrac banned in the first phase? I mean, is it that strong and like how do you counter it and whatnot? And it was like Pugna. And to be honest, Leshrac does spam out lots of spells. He wants to use a lot of mana. So if the Nether Ward goes unnoticed in the fight, it's gonna be the doom of Leshrac.
Yeah, this... I love how Execration just took a... you could say a page out of the TNC book from last game. So, was it? Yeah, TNC ran the Pugna last game. Oh my god, I think I'm losing myself. Series too long!
Yeah, it's hard to, I mean, like I said earlier, the games just all like blend together for me. It's like, stuff happened, but I don't know in which, like, order or in which game.
But this was last game. How do I forget things from the previous?
I mean,
you know what? I'm not even gonna question the gods.
When
Things
I like
happen.
read books which have like multiple books in a series, for example, Game of Thrones, I have no idea what happened in like book 4 or 3 or 2, because they all happened and it's like sometime, I don't know when they happened.
Yeah, it's just happened. Oh my goodness. So we're gonna have a Viper pickup for TNC. The bans though from both sides, Execration and TNC, they're just full out banning disruptors. Both teams, no one's picking it up, they're just banning it out in general. These teams must feel comfortable picking up the disruptor and just wanting to deny it from the other side. Execration banning out their nature's prophet, and TNC getting rid of the bounty and the Chen. So no push with the Chen, no annoyance with the bounty, no push with the natures, and no ganks with the disruptor. But Viper, he's durable. He won't have issues with the Pugna, but that means TNC is now on a timeline or a time limit to finish the game. Whereas Execration, they can bring it late with that gyrocopter.
Well, it depends on what TNC go for. Now with the
Or
Juggernaut,
TNC goes for Jug. Why?
it's well, at least it gives them some more late game presence, I suppose. Blade Fury, we didn't see it last time. Juggernaut just going YOLO Blade Fury in, get the Nether Ward down, just because, well, they didn't even get like a team fight that would last long enough for him to just use Blade Fury almost. They just really got crushed last game, to be honest, but it does give them extra late game. That is nice in a sense. Also, when you're up against a Shadow Demon combination, just being able to instantly Blade Fury once the disruption ends might save your life as well, depending on what combination Execration is going to go for. Do you think it's going to be the Lina for Execration now, or are we actually going to see a Mirana?
Probably Lina. I feel that she's just the more consistent hero compared to Mirana. Because think about it, Alina's going to give you more in terms of burst damage, whereas a Mirana, if she's in a support role, she's only going to be giving you the arrow. She's not going to give you anything else. Yes, you're going to have the Starfall, and yes, you can have the Moonlight Shadow, but I feel like Lina, she's just so much easier as a support to execute. Just blow off your ultimate, your stun follow-up, as well as the Dragon Slave, and you should be able to kill a lot of TNC heroes. And also, don't forget, they can always combo this up with the Soul Catcher. So any heroes that get caught between these two supports, get Soul Catcher and Laguna Bladed, you're dead, son.
Well put. Well put. Oh, it's definitely a strong combination, and Lina, it's all in all just a strong hero, to be honest. You have a great skill set, you have massive amounts of bursts. I guess you are somewhat squishy yourself, but on that note, Execration, that's one thing that they may lack at the moment, like a frontliner or like proper initiation. So as their fifth hero, do you think they're gonna go for one that just fits in there?
Yeah, they're going to need something that's going to be durable, that's going to give them an... I guess they don't have to have an extra disable, but you want something that's durable, that can give you something. So, for example, Tidehunter Ravage, Centaur Ultimate, so Stampede, Hoof Stomp combo. Maybe you can even go for a Timbersaw if you want to. TNC has nothing to control a Timbersaw aside from an Earthshaker.
That could work, to be honest. I mean, it's nice to see drafters take advantage of the lack of lockdown as their fifth picks. It's like, oh, now it's perfect to go for like a Weaver or anything really, like Storm Spirit even in some situations. So I wouldn't even be opposed to a Timbersaw coming out. It's because, like I said, only an Earthshaker to deal with him is in most cases just not going to be enough. TNC really don't have heroes that want to build Orchid either, for example, so I could see it coming in. Whereas if you're TNC, you do not want to pick up the hero because, first of all, Nether Ward would be an enemy, like a massive enemy for you. And of course, just disruption into Lightstrike Array, but they do go for the Clinks. We finally get to see it. It is game number 5 after all, but is the Clinks gonna do enough? What's his purpose? Is it to just invis your way to the backlines or like to where the Nether Ward could be? Kill the Nether Ward first and then just make it free reign for everybody else in the fights?
Well, Clinks will take very minimal damage from the Nether Ward, that's one thing. There's pretty much two purposes to the Clinks. Now, you either decide to go for that really early Orchid Clinks, just run through the enemy jungle and just kill off solo heroes, that's what he's really good at. Or you can pretty much fight with your Clinks. Now keep in mind, Clinks, he's a peculiar hero. He sucks at farming. He's a hero like, for example, a Ricky, where he has to gank for his items. He can't just sit around and farm for his items. Once he grabs one main item, he has to go. And he has to go with it fast. So You can also backdoor as well if you really want to, but you're not really going to get that much gold going your way if you only just backdoor as a Clinks. You need a little bit more. So he just has to gank the hell out of these heroes and also grab towers in the process too. So yeah, he can just skit in, kill heroes, skit out if he wants to. Because think about it, if you can kill the Lina, that's pretty much all the Shadow Demon's damage gone. Because the Shadow Demon's relying on that Lina to do most of the damage for him. A Broodmother last pick though. TNC actually doesn't have anyone aside from a Leshrac to deal with a Broodmother. Unless you Battle Fury Juggernaut, but that's... no. No.
It's not that bad, but it's just gonna come out rather late, I guess, the Battle Fury, and to be honest, it's a really nice last pick. First of all, TNC, well, like, supposed to have slows from the Viper, but Viper is not gonna be facing up against the Broodmother for the most part. And like I said, they just don't have the AoE to deal with it. Yes, the Earthshaker is all well and good with the Echo Slam and everything, but like a Blink Echo Slam is at least usually not going to come out early enough. So we'll see as the game is paused, yet unpaused straight after. So now as we head into game number 5, to introduce the lineups for one last time, at least for this series, it is going to be Chemo on the Shadow Demon, Nando to be the Gyrocopter with Primo on the Pugna, so once again probably going to go towards the mid lane, Fox on the Lina, and the last one is going to be Burden on a safe lane Broodmother.
This is interesting to go for a safe lane. So on the side of TNC playing on our Leshrac, we have EU actually, so support Leshrac this game, 7 on our Earthshaker, we have Noji playing on our Viper, and lastly we have Teehee playing on that Juggernaut. I think I missed one. No, I got him. Sam H on Clinks. Okay, I got all of them. I got all of them.
If you say so. If you feel happy with it, I'm fine.
There is a sentry ward on EU, so if Burden is not careful, he could potentially just get killed off. He has his own sentry ward actually, so he could counter sentry ward. No, I think they see the heroes. Noji, he is going to be disruption. There's a disruption. EU going to go on the high ground. LSA Fish is going to actually keep the 3 heroes in place, and LSA actually misses. And that's a wasted nether ward, so all of a sudden, Execration down bottom, they can't fight TNC anymore. So they're going to have to give away this rune down bottom. Up top though, it's a free rune for Burden on that Broodmother.
It felt like one of those situations where disruption isn't necessary and might hurt more than it helps. Just because it did buy enough time for like TNC to come in with that Fisher to help and whatnot. Lightstrike Ray, slightly mistimed as well. I really thought it was spot on, but Lightstrike Ray came like a split second before the disruption ended. So a little bit unfortunate, but since they don't lose anybody themselves, it is going to be fine in the end. And now, this tri-lane, how much can they do against this Broodmother top lane is the question now. Just because, well, I suppose Clinks may not struggle all that much. Do we have sentries? Yeah, there's one sentry on Fox. So if the disruption lands, he's going to be in trouble, but I would still think Broodmother in general will have a better time than the Clinks.
Yeah, the Broodmother, she should. Doesn't mean she will. She is very squishy in general, and she has a bit of regen, but she can still be picked off pretty easily. Just have the Fissure set up, followed up by the Split Earth by EU, and Burden should be dead. There's just very little that he can really do. Execration though, they don't have any detection aside from the 1 sentry ward onto Chemo, which he hasn't put down yet. And it's just going to harass out Sam at this point, because Sam, still level 1, only Skeleton Walk, so trading with the Shadow Demon just not optimal for your Clinks.
So at the moment, Broodmother, he is carrying 1 sentry ward that was probably just given to him by a support. If he would just place it in the trees somewhere, I mean, he knows there's an enemy sentry close by, but he doesn't want to use it quite yet, although now he's going to get scouted by just eating away a 3 TNC. Nicely done, Burden. Can he escape with Split Earth missing? He sure as hell can. But he's definitely holding on to his sentry wards, so I guess he's determined to just wait out the first sentry ward, the duration of it, and use his own sentry to counter the secondary sentry ward that will come out from TNC at some point in time.
Yeah, it might also be that he isn't sure where it is. He will put down a sentry board and he sees the other one, but he's saying, okay, if I stick my head out there, I might die. So he's just going to sit around in the tree line. So smart plays there from Burden.
Stay in the trees. Words of wisdom.
Stay in the trees.
Nobody can stay in the trees more than Broodmother. I mean, she's literally in the trees.
Well, you could just grab a hero with the Quelling Blade, but she will get rid of that sentry ward right now. Is there going to be a fissure though? There, fissure. That's actually going to be the Lesh stun, and there's the fissure. Burden too greedy, and he gives a first blood. So I was actually going to say, if he went after the sentry ward, it would have been very greedy. So they actually cut through the trees to kill a sentry ward.
Disaster.
Disaster.
That's like 7 health on a sentry ward. To be honest, I don't like that wards can be killed in amounts of physical damage. In a sense, I mean, I think there should, like now with the familiars, there should be a set amount of attacks needed to kill a single ward.
Oh wow, Burden had to buy another sentry ward to get rid of that one.
That's hate. That's hate.
It's hate, but it's also cutting into Burden's farm. So that means that he's not going to have that much gold to work with. He still only has the recipe for the soul ring, so because he had to buy sentry wards, it sets back that soul ring.
It does help him, however, just get XP if nothing else, and as you get more XP, as you get more points into the spawn spiderlings, that in turn is just gonna increase your farming rate and just lane presence in general. So he probably just made the decision that, hey, I'm just gonna go for, oh, the sentry. Oh, is it in range? Is it just out of range? It's so hard to say. It's in range. Well, Burden can't do anything to Lesh though. That was so unfortunate.
I'm pretty sure he knows the radius of that sentry ward now though, so he's just going to sit on the outskirts here. He should have clicked it at least to see where the radius is, but Burden, very interesting to even go anywhere near that Viper. He has to know that the sentry ward there. He should have seen it at least. Like, he's got to know, hey, they got rid of mine.
But you don't care.
Oh my goodness.
You just stick it to the man. It's like, yeah, I don't care, I'm gonna survive anyway. As long as it's Viper by himself, he's gonna survive, but... Looking at the other lanes, mid lane for example, Primo up to 25 last hits compared to T, he is 23. So
oh, Burden.
Sides...
Burden's being so smart, he's using his spiderlings. But the spiderlings, can I get the sentry ward? Oh, they didn't get it. Actually, no, never mind, they got it. So, the sentry ward for Burden succeeds.
And the sentry ward is real.
Sentry wars.
I mean, we need more sentries at the moment because it's tight. Oh, mid lane though, Primo might be in trouble. Gets the nether ward down, but Splitter will still land, and with the Omni Slash, it couldn't have been much easier. Although Fox comes in, he's gonna get Earth Struck, Lightning Storm as well, or Fissure, not Earth Struck. I don't know why I said Earth Struck, but in any case, another kill for TNC. Looking solid, but then again, Charcopter in the bottom lane, 35 last hits to the Clinks' 1.
This is a very sad Clinks. 5 minutes into the game, you're running a Clinks who needs to gank for items.
This is game 1 Leshrac levels of sad.
Oh, there's even going to be dust. That was really nice timing from the Shadow Demon. The disruption just ended when the rocket was coming close by.
So they get the... Well, I can't say counter kill, but they do get the kill of their own. So that's definitely gonna help out, and now they can even possibly just pressure the tier 1 a little bit, get it a little bit lower. As long as it's not in deny range, it's gonna be fine for them. And Clinks, I mean, really, if a Leshrac is falling behind, he can at least do like something as long as he gets a little bit of levels afterwards. As mid lane, he almost went down, but almost, I suppose, doesn't just matter all that much. Now with the healing ward, it's gonna get back up. But Leshrac, he can at least like stay at the sidelines of the fight, spam Lightning Storm or something. If he doesn't get farm, but what does a Clinks do then?
That's what I was thinking. A Clinks is just not going to give you... It's not going to give you anything unless you gank the Clinks lane, then he just gives you a little bit of bonus damage just right-clicking on the target. And Clinks doesn't farm very well as well, you also have to remember that. So this is not an ideal lane for a Clinks. I wonder how TNC is going to help the Clinks. I can't really give him the jungle because he doesn't jungle efficiently. Do they just 4-man, maybe push down a tower, force Execration to defend and have that Clinks farm in the free lane? I feel like that's all they can really do.
Yeah, there's not many alternatives really for them, unfortunately. He doesn't even have like close enough money to a Midas, although Nando taking quite some damage. Now disruption onto the completely wrong target. He was like, do I go for Clinks? Do I go for the Charcopter? Oh, I'm just gonna disrupt myself. Juggernaut does get the kill on Pugna, but Sam H pops the magic one. Can he turn things around? Nope, not with Dragon Slave coming in to help. Also, they kill the tower. Knoji is gonna get stunned just as he arrives. Nando, can you run away? Just trying to choose the right direction to go through. And, well, did have one last tango to eat the tree, and this is gonna be safe.
But again, it's another death on the Clinks. He's died twice now, and your Clinks are still level 3, and you can't really give him that top lane because there's that Broodmother, and you can't give him mid because you still have Teehee farming away in the Juggernaut, so it's very hard for TNC to really do anything with the Clinks. In the mid lane though, Teehee just gonna go for a spin onto Primo. He's actually gonna just pop the life drain onto Teehee, but gonna do very minimal damage.
So at the moment, game feels like it's kind of evening itself out in terms of like both teams applying pressure, but just on different sides of the map, kind of. But then again, in the mid lane now, Teehee has the Omni Slash ready. Once more, Primo, if he gets Omni Slash, then there are no creeps around, he's just dead. That's how easy it is at the moment, he just doesn't have too much health to work with.
He can decrepify if he's fast enough, but he's very squishy. He'll probably die before he can even decrepify himself, in all honesty.
I would think so as well, to be honest, but if you look at the farm, it's the Gyrocopter and Juggernaut just being up there completely. And they are not tied exactly, but close enough, to be honest. Then the Pugna and Viper in a similar situation.
Or 7. Can he get the fissure down bottom? No. Juggernaut actually cancelled the chase. If 7 managed to get a fissure and he caught the Juggernaut, there was a chance that Teehee could have Omni Slashed him, but then again there was creeps onto him.
And this Clinks. It's what do? You're a level 4 Clinks, 9 minutes in. It's just like any support hero would do more at the moment than this Clinks. But of course later on it wouldn't be the case, but just at the moment it would. Oh, smoke.
They're gonna kill him again.
No, Clinks! Run! Spidey senses! Go!
Sam! He's dead. LSA, doesn't even need the LSA, just wants the dragon.
He's like, I'm not gonna embarrass myself by missing the timing, we're gonna kill him just normally. Mid lane, Primo gets the decrypt off, but Blade Fury of course. You decrypt, yes you don't die to the Omni Slash, but Blade Fury will do extra damage. It's like a lose-lose situation.
But I guess it's okay, because you're not really shutting down the Pugna, but you're preventing him from getting those items to come online and go for the push. But I guess they're doing the same to Clinks. Like, Clinks can't gank anyone, he's level 4, he's a nothing this game. Sam H is...
To be honest, Pugna getting like an early mech would be pretty nice for Execration to like try to snowball a little bit more, but... It's definitely not as big, as you said, like... Clinks, killing him over and over, not having him farm is definitely a bigger deal because Pugna, he's level 7+, he has a maxed out Nether Blast, that's all he needs for pushing. And well, top lane, Broodmother, having a pretty nice time now as well that there's no Trident to face him. Oh, bottom lane, another disruption, call down to follow, Sam H, Clinks, sad, oh, he's still gonna go down, he's gonna go down.
Oh, no! I was hoping he would survive.
Oh, mid lane Teehee might be in some trouble as well. Blade Fury will make it so that the life drain won't do anything anymore. So he's gonna escape, but the tower was destroyed. They got the kill bottom lane once more. And mid lane, does Teehee want to go back in? It doesn't have an Omni Slash, but 7 coming in from the side. No, I don't think they can get the kill. But this Clinks just...
No, I think they can. There's the fish to keep promo in place, and Omni Slash has no mana. Sad Teehee. He's just gonna finish up the creep wave at this point. Man, I am rooting for Sam H on this Clinks. He is just... No. He's just a no this game.
Oh, chat was also, congratulations Clinks, 1 CS.
1 CS!
Well, at the moment he has more, but since we have to run with a 5-minute delay, it was the case earlier. But it's not like he has that much more, up to 12. Earthshaker has just as much. But in the meantime, Birdman and Broodmother has a Hand of Midas, and to be honest, does Clinks also have to go for a Hand of Midas, or do you catch up without?
I don't know. It depends on whether the rest of his team can actually help him out. I think Burden made a mistake. He just fed EU all of the spiderlings, but look at Teehee gonna try and go for the spin in. He's got Omni Slash available. Can he actually survive through everything? Looks like he will. He's actually confused. What target does he want? Do I want this one? Do I want this one? But they grab both anyway. They get the Pugna and the Broodmother. That's some big kills going in the way of TNC. That's also to Teehee, the carry that is managing to farm.
I really liked Execration. It's like, there's a Blade Fury, what do we do? Quick, group up guys, group up, let's hug!
Let's hug, let's share the damage.
It's also a maxed out Blade Fury, so it does a crazy amount of damage. I mean, I'm not gonna calculate it, but I know that the level 1 Blade Fury does 400 damage if it gets like the max duration on you. So level 4, okay, I'm gonna calculate it anyway, so 700 damage.
It's 7. Yeah, well, it's a lot of damage. Well, actually, no. Take into consideration that there's also magic resistance. So 20, basically base 25 magic resistance. So, oh, there's a fissure. It's actually blocked off Lina as well as Pugna. They will get Fox, but Laguna Blade pops and they get the clinks. No, they get the clinks. But in the backlines, Chemo came in with the disruption. There's no stun put out by EU because unfortunately would have missed anyway. Lightning Storm is not on cooldown, but they're not going to keep on chasing. Why did you kill the clinks again? Just leave him alone. He's not even 6 yet. It's 13 minutes into the game.
You're killing 5-year-olds. You're not even 6 yet. You're killing children, for God's sake.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, mid lane T, Blade Fury, never mind, Primo has a haste rune, gonna be just fine. But this game, I have a feeling that it's gonna be a rather long game and a really tight one, because Klinks at some point is gonna like... He by himself is not gonna stage a comeback by any means, but he's gonna recover a little bit and just otherwise have the Juggernauts carry them.
Oh, there's actually a ping coming up from Lina. They know Sam H is there. Does Nando do anything? Nah, just gonna keep on farming in the enemy jungle. But they know where Sam H is and they know where Noji is as well because of this aggressive ward. And they also know that Seven's there too, so plenty of vision for Execration, so if they want to go for a smoke gank, they know where not to go. And there's a regeneration rune down bottom, going to be picked up by Nando on the gyrocopter, so he's back up to full, and looks like they're going to farm up the ancient camp together as a team. So it's all the EXP going in the way of everybody.
To be honest, it's gyrocopter doing all the damage with flak cannon, and the others are just like bystanders. They're just leeching. It's like, oh, Nando, he's a rich uncle. he's gonna buy us drinks.
Oh my god. Nando, stop, please. Please make them work for it. But still, it's nice just to give your supports a little bit of extra EXP, considering that Nando's getting all the farm anyway as a position 1, so just to give him a little bit of a promotion. Oh, they smoke up, but they're going to run into 2 heroes, so Tihi's there. Fisher's going to actually keep all the heroes in place, and unfortunately, Omni-Slash is going to bounce between all 4 heroes. Mech has been popped, Tihi being slowed up by the Purge, actually, and unfortunately, he's going to be slowed up, not able to kill anyone off. He will lose his life in the process, and Sam H, no! Not the 7-year-old, leave him alone! He looks like he will be able to get out. Oh, there's a really nice Fisher under 3 heroes, Lightning Strike, keeping him in all place, and all of a sudden, Execration. 4 heroes dead, triple kill for Leshrac, and Sam H survives.
Noji might be in trouble as well. Look at that Spiderling army, but the slow from the corrosive skin I think is gonna be enough. Even the Spiderlings in the webs can't just keep up with that. And now Burden has to create another web, get over the little edge there. But that was a massive fight for TNC. I mean, yes, they lose the Juggernaut, and Execration gain quite a lot by killing that hero, but to be honest, there was no other way for that fight to happen with the way things started. A nice Freeman Fisher, Juggernaut being on the wrong side of it, just unable to run away. But how much Klinks? Well, he got the full level out of that. Has a medallion now as well, so going for those cheap, just cost-effective items, I suppose. It also may allow them to just sneak in a Roche at one point, and then the Roshan XP kicks in a little bit of extra gold. But that fight, it was really beautiful. Just Earthshaker as well as Leshrac, just they played so well in that.
It was the fishes. It really was those fishes. It was always 3-man fishes, 4-man fishes. Even though it wasn't blocking off the exit, it was just to keep heroes clumped up together so that they would always be stunned up together, or they would always just be caught out where they don't want to be.
At least they're together.
At least they're together. Okay, just hug your teammates in those team fights. They'll keep you warm. So we got the 2 supports waiting in the tree line, and looks like TNC, they're just going to back up. And they see all the heroes rotating, and they even have an observer ward here.
Klinks!
So...
Oh no!
Oh no! No!
I was so slow on clinking on the portrait. I saw his health dropping. I was like, oh, Klinks! And I got to the scene just when the body disappeared. But Nando, that was a solo kill. Chemo in the mid lane. Used the disruption onto T. He willed a demonic purge. Well, they will. There's the Blade Fury, so they can't really damage him after that. And Tihi, he has the Omni Slash, and I don't know what they're thinking, but there's a creep wave Tihi though, as Pagna escapes. Oh no, the bounces! Are you kidding me, right? Those bounces, like, no, there are creeps. No, I'm gonna go to Shadow Demon. Screw creeps.
Those were beautiful bounces. I don't know if TNC is just super lucky with the bounces, if they're hacking into the game, if Zeus... You know what? I feel this is just the game's way of redeeming the Clinks. So if Sam H is dead, then all of a sudden TNC just gets extra bit of
There must be balance in the universe.
There must be. Fish are gonna keep Burden in place and Sam gets a kill! The crowd goes wild! Sam getting some gold. Much needed gold as well. I'm sorry, I'm being too biased, but I feel so sorry for him.
The crowd goes wild. I loved it. But at the moment, TNC, look at who's the second highest farmer. It's the support Leshrac. Level 12, closing in on a Bloodstone as well. Really only needs the Vitality Booster and then the recipe as well. Oh, never mind, already has the recipe, so he is gonna have a Bloodstone finished in 20 gold.
That is really, really good news for TNC. So they're going up against what was supposed to be a very heavy push draft from Execration. The TNC, they're always winning the fights, they're always getting pickoffs, they're just getting everything necessary, even though they're pretty much have, you know, you can say they have a disability with the Clinks. The Clinks is coming, I'm sorry!
Disability? That's harsh, woman!
I'm sorry. But Clinks, he is coming online. That's good news. So Sam H on this Clinks is going to be he's going to be relevant eventually, just not yet.
He was offline before, a bot was playing for him, that's the reason. Now he's coming online, it's fine.
It's fine.
Well, Execration, they're going for a push. They don't use the flak cannon, they're probably going to want to wait for that, for the fight, although top lane. There's the Lightning Storm, they have the Dust as well, Burden, taking a huge amount of damage, and once more Broodmother will die. He has, or she has, no tankiness at all. It's because, what do you have? A Soul Ring that takes away your own health, and then Midas plus Dagon. None of those really just increase your health pool.
Yeah.
Well, Dagon does a little bit. Plus 3 strength.
A little bit. A very little bit. But still. So this top tower's under siege. There is a TP in from the Pugna. They actually have one more hero, and it's just Lina though. So they have a bit of initiation with the Decrepify, but they can't chase anyone. These heroes are way too fast. Actually, Sam, this is not your day, Sam. Just run. Just get out of them, buddy. Just gonna hang around. Just hit the creeps. Primo though, waiting in the wings. Lina's coming in too.
And Decrep, Laguna Blade, go! Oh no, they mess up!
That was so convenient. I think Sam H was just planning on leaving at that point anyway. If that was planned, that was some super sick reaction.
I really thought it's gonna be Decrep into straight out Laguna Blade. That's how I imagined it in my mind, and it's close enough to get the kill with like the Dragonflame to follow. Now the Clinks gets to eat the creep, suddenly up to 1.6k health. Not an easy target, or not that easy of a target anymore. Leshrac, up to 9 Blaststone charges, also 1600 health. So they're definitely bulking up, and look at Juggernaut, 4.1k in the bank. He's just hoarding gold.
He's probably thinking about what item he wants to go for this game. And personally, if he wants to, he could probably just go for a Skadi this game. Just give him the tank, he can chase down the heroes. And even though there's a lot of magical burst on the side of Execration, he might be able to just survive through everything. Even if Tihi dies, there's still going to be the Leshrac, there's still going to be the Viper, and let's not forget the Clinks. There's still a Clinks in this game. He's going to be able to help out his team in terms of damage output too.
Maybe, I just think in this game in general we have a crazy amount of deaths on certain heroes. Clinks, 6. Broodmother, 4. Pugna also sitting on 6. A little bit surprising, but I really thought that Broodmother by now is going to have more net worth just with the Hand of Midas and just farming up. Although Fox double split turf by Yayo, he's just going 1v2, he just doesn't care at all. Sam H, he's just going to be there to pretty much steal 1 kill and get XP.
I'm surprised they chose to disrupt Sam H. Were they expecting to just kill him very quickly and ignore EU?
Possibly.
I'm not too. I don't know what the decision was there, but that was very questionable for just the 2 supports.
Yeah, they just got wrecked by the Leshrac split earth, nicely landing on 2, and suddenly 3 heroes in the mid lane pushing out the tier 2. Primo does come in, but Tihi, he's just gonna thank Primo for the easy kill. There's the Viper Strike as well to make sure that he doesn't outrun them, that they don't want to use the Omni Slash into the decrypt, but Primo is gonna be fine, I think. Blade Fury will come out and he will die in the end, although he's surviving for a hell of a lot longer than I expected him to.
And the Leshrac gets a kill onto the Broodmother, but unfortunately he goes down to Nando on the gyrocopter. But Sam H trying to fight up against the big bad gyro.
He just wanted to block Lynx. He's like, nope, you don't deserve the kills.
You don't deserve the kill. No redemption for you all. That was pretty sad. If he got the kill, that would have been a really nice redemption kill for Sam H. He's sitting on a lot of gold too, 2.8k, so he can go for anything at this point if he wants to. Do you still think he'll go for an Orchid, or do you think he'll go for something else to tank up a little bit? He is still very squishy.
Oh, I haven't seen Orchid and Lynx for such a long time, and I highly doubt it's gonna be the case this game as well. So BKB I think is probably the best choice, especially now that Broodmother is building a Dagon as well.
Yeah,
oh,
BKB sounds good.
Invis, Earthshaker hanging about, has his Blink Dagger as well. Oh wow. No, this is gonna be so bad for Execration, I feel like.
This
but
could be
they
Seven's
They have vision of Leshrac at least though.
This
so
could be the best Echo Slam of Seven's career. It could be. But
it's not.
It still could be. He is still under the cover of... Well, they don't even know he's still there. No, getting TP back. No Echo Slam. I was hoping for a climactic battle start. Sad days.
Yeah, they just didn't have too much vision otherwise. They don't have wards down anywhere. Is it really 0 wards? Yep, 0 wards for the Radiant side. Supports. 7 comes in now, he's like, oh, I just wanted my Blink Dagger, I don't care about wards. But he does have 3 at the moment, so they might even go for Roche. They have a haste rune waiting for them if necessary. Dragon Slide to scout out Roche Pit. A range creep coming in as well. Hero range creep.
So we may see the beginnings of a fight actually. There is going to be the rocket thrown out onto Teehee and he's just going to spin right through it. So this means that he will not have spin if a fight starts, but he's very tanky. Oh. He shouldn't even die before it starts.
Desolator clinks.
Oh, I actually forgot about that. This is going to hurt.
Yeah, just desolate somebody into an Omni Slash. It's going to be massive, but there's the destruction. Nice Fisher though, whiffed it. Viper Strike to follow the T. He's going to go down, or is he? Yes! Oh, never mind. What? For a second I thought like he still got the Omni Slash, but no, he's just dead, and now Gnochi, he's the one to get chased down on top of it.
So, bit of miscommunication there from TNC. They were thinking about going in. Fissure was thrown out a little bit too soon, did not cancel the Lina LSA, and that was probably the bane of the Juggernaut. I don't think, even if he tried to go for an Omni Slash, I think the turn rate would have been too long to even throw it onto any of those heroes.
Quite possibly so. I think he even tried but died like straight before getting it off onto the gyrocopter, and now suddenly it's TNC going for the Roshan here. Of course they don't have minus armor, so it's not going to be all that fast, but they're doing their best. Primo even just life training that Roche, but Chemo has to be careful. He's just getting bashed like a madman. Roshan, he's angry, but oh, they get the use after the head center, but the Blink Echo, 1 down, make it 2. Nando, not long in this world either, or is he BKB activated? Just gonna try to outrun there, but Klink's too much physical damage. And with the Desolator, Roshan will be theirs to take.
This is gonna be a very easy Roshan as well. No contest from Execration. This Broodmother pick from Execration, she hasn't really done anything this game, has she? Because normally when you see a Brood, she's supposed to be that hero that if anyone comes anywhere near her webs, she just chases after them and just Dagons them down to death, but TNC, they haven't really felt the pain of this Broodmother. I feel like they're dealing with Burden very well this game.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's Burden not really being that comfortable on the hero, because lots of players just can't even practice with the hero because he's so rarely picked, at least by most teams. Or, I don't know what's the case. Of course, there has been lots of hate towards the Spider as well. Just Klink's coming in with Dust, with the Leshrac helping out quite a couple of times. So even if the Hand of Midas hasn't really been able to like properly farm up, because he's been losing all of it. And thanks to that, he still only has the Dagon level 1. Or never mind, he has a level 3, but it's flying out to him, and look at how safely the courier is flying.
Yeah, well, it has to be safe. You've always got to be worried that it could be sniped. So,
but it's going back the normal way. It's like, okay, I got my item, so I don't care if it dies.
That's what it feels like. But Sam, he's going to try and go for Lina. Oh my god, look how much damage he does with one right click. But is this going to be the bane of that clicks? It looks like it might. He's still alive in the healing ward, keeping him up a little bit longer. The Sam H survives on a very healthy 350 HP.
Wow, that healing ward, although Shadow Demon did in the end micro the illusions to kill that healing ward, it was just a little bit too late. And now Klink's just, well, he had the Aegis as well anyway, I guess, so it doesn't matter that much, but now he's just with full health, getting some bottle charges as well. 7 has a bounty rune and can use 3 more bottle charges if necessary, plus they are running around with a gem now.
So Nando in the meantime popping his BKB, and he also popped the cooldown as well. There was a gank attempt by EU as well as the Viper, but BKB a bit too strong for those heroes, and they back up because there was reinforcement coming their way too. But still, it's a 8-second BKB charge used up by Nando. And TNC, if they can just force out BKB charges from the gyro and not have it happen during those 5-on-5 engagements, that's really, really good for TNC.
Oh, top lane the Broodmother, he's just gonna go and creep skip. He's like, yeah, I'm not gonna go anywhere near heroes, that's just not my style. I'm gonna be annoying, that's what I do. And look at Sam Mage, has himself a Demon Age now as well. This Klinks, he's just going full on damage, doesn't even care, and he's level 15. He is the 4th highest level in the game.
And net worth wise, he is 4th highest as well, so considering the start that Sam H had, he's recovered beautifully. So he's a hero now. It's not a creep, he's a hero now. So Execration, even though they shut down this Klinks for so long, he's come back online, and what do they do at this point? You still have a Broodmother who's trying to creep skip, but it's not really helping them at this point. And it's going to be a 4-on-5 engagement. Yules onto the Leshrac, and that's just going to keep EU pretty much at bay. Teehee is going to be hit by illusions by the Shadow Demon. They actually had to bring back the Broodmother as well, and unfortunately Chemo going to be the first one to go down because of the Omni Slash, and Teehee trying to make a getaway with the spin. That was already the Aegis pop by Sam H, and Execration, do they really want to go into this? Nando's used all of his mana, and BKB has been deployed. All of his spells used up as well. Fox actually has a Laguna available if they can try and burst somebody down, but unfortunately it looks like it won't happen. Burden, oh, you don't want to be there, my friend. He will skitter away. The Execration, pretty minimal losses. They lose a support, but they pop the Aegis, but they lose a T3, I suppose. It's still an objective.
Yeah, it's still not all that bad for them, but TNC, I think they forced things a little bit too much there. I mean, the Juggernaut was just kind of running around. First like, oh, I'm gonna kill the Nether Ward, then I'm just gonna Omni Slash, screw the Nether Ward. And the Nether Ward, it stayed around for quite some time, and if it's down, the Leshrac just can't feel safe to like do what he wants. So I think he still should have just focused on that Nether Ward first and then go for the other kills. But Burden, he is in the trees, might get scouted out. I think he showed himself for a second. He already posted Blade Fury. There's the Fisher as well, doesn't connect, but they have a gem, I think. Do they have a gem still? Yes,
yes.
He's the one holding it.
So easy kill on the Broodmother, and look at EU, he's actually almost popped by Nando. He will survive a little bit longer. The flat cannon, he has to deny himself. So EU, that's his 12 Bloodstone charges, dropping down to 8. He can be deployed by Noji, but he's by himself here. Teehee in the backline is going to try and finish off the Lina. He does manage to spin off the stun from the Lina. 3 heroes dead for Execration. We still have quite a few healthy on the side of TNC, and there's only one left, and it's only the Shadow Demon. No buybacks available on Execration. This should be a set of Raxes for TNC. And they might even be able to get extra if they decide to rotate in the mid lane, because they have the Deso. They're going to pop through these towers and Raxes very quickly. And a Leshrac. Don't forget the Leshrac.
I have to say that this Earthshaker has played just such a good game, coming in with those Echo Slams as well. But now they get the Yule Scepter AO, Leshrac gets the Split Earth to follow his own Yule Scepter up. The Disruption will buy a little bit of time, but there's no doubt that Chemo will die here. And that is going to be at least 1 set of racks, probably even 2, just because the Desolator helps them just take the towers down so fast.
So at this point, I think they'll just back up after this set of Raxes, go for the T2 down bottom, and just go for that death push. Because Execration, oh my god, the Brood just melted.
What was the plan there?
I didn't even have time to explain the plan. That's how squishy that Brood is. But the Brood, at first, the concept is really nice if you think about it. Brood, super annoying, cuts creep wave, forced TNC back. But he didn't seem to be as effective as you thought he would.
Yeah, it's a little bit rare, but I guess it was just because the other lanes couldn't apply enough pressure for the Broodmother to just be able to split push without getting interrupted. And I think a lot of it had to do as well about this Leshrac as a support getting this amount of farm. Noji though forced the BKB out just to not get stunned by the homing missile. But yeah, it's just this Leshrac. It's the one hero that can deal with the Broodmother, and he got enough farm early on so that he could always like have enough mana for at least like a Pulse Nova or something like that to clear those Spiderlings constantly.
Yeah, they're always going to be able to clear the Spiderlings. So pretty much the Brood, you could say her time is over. Burden as a Broodmother, he can try and push as much as you want. He's pretty much just going to be promoted to base defender. He just can't leave the base anymore. They're killing off the Pugna very swiftly.
And there's going to be a Butterfly, I think. No, Disruption comes out first. But yeah, Butterfly is finished, and oh, Blink forward. He gets the split nerf as well, Chemo. No more Disruption. Another hero down. This game is really just getting to the disaster territory for Execration. I don't think they can come back from this almost a 30k deficit in net worth and XP both.
Yeah, I think this might be game over for Execration. They had a good run. This was a very, very even best of 5 series with them against TNC, but just last game, I feel like that Brood pick just decided everything.
Yeah, on paper it was like pretty decent, but TNC, they chose to face the Broodmother early on in their own aggressive tri-lane. Of course they sacrificed the Clinks completely for it, but in the end all worked out for them, just had slightly better rotations across the map and managed to just win this best of 5. So with this they are gonna advance to the next round where Click and Cert is waiting for them, and that is gonna be played I believe also at 12 CEST or 18 SGT. But it's going to be on the 17th of June, I think. So in just 1 week, starting at the same time as this one, and yeah, man, congrats to TNC.
Yeah, they played first game, let's be honest. I felt that the performance in the first game was really shaky. I thought that they were looking pretty weak coming into the best of 5. Came back in second game, played well in third game, and you see the strength of TNC as the series progressed, whereas Execration, they look strong. First game, just downright strong, but then it felt like TNC just kind of figured them out, I think.
Yeah, might have been the case indeed. So unfortunate for Execration, but did put up a great show anyway. Just a little bit of a letdown for the last game. But with this, guys, we are done for the day. Hopefully you have enjoyed. And if you want to see more content of HeflaTV, be sure to follow HeflaTV on both Facebook and Twitter as well. Tomorrow, the Razer Think Fast LAN is going to start at, I think, 13 Central European Summer Time, as in 19 Singaporean time. It's going to be 2 games, 2 best of 3s per day, pretty much. So it's a LAN event in Serbia. Heflamuk and Blackadder from us are going to fly over there, or rather, they're already there. So it's going to be lots of Dota to come here on these channels, guys. So be sure to follow, and of course, you can also follow me at Couchor. And Danny, where can they find you?
In the social media tab to the right. So everything's there.
So pro.
So pro.
So yeah, with this we are done. Just a few songs now to finish the stream, guys, and just have a good evening or afternoon or whatever. Just time zones. They're good sometimes. They suck most of the times, but have a good one in any case.
GG.